What's up, everybody? It's that one guy here, sporting my new Triumph t-shirt from A&S Motorcycles. Now I got this t-shirt because I went to the event where they were letting everyone demo test ride the Triumph Bonneville Bobber and the Speedmaster. If you haven't checked out those videos already, I'll throw up a link right here in this video so you can go straight to it if you want to check that out. But today we're going to check out the first in the series of my favorite motorcycles from movies. We're going to check out motorcycles from movies, from television, and also, there's lots of places to go with this series. Besides movies and television, most recently I saw this commercial during the Super Bowl of Keanu Reeves riding on his Arch motorcycle, so that's something we could explore too. And from movies, we're not just going to look at the motorcycles themselves, we're also going to look at some of my favorite scenes, just because I'm a movie guy. This is another thing that I love besides motorcycles. Most recently, I can think of one of my favorite scenes, motorcycle chase scenes from a movie, comes from the 007 movie, Skyfall. Now, if you haven't seen that movie, I would highly suggest it because not just the motorcycle scene that opens up the movie is awesome, but I think the movie is awesome as well. So, I promised this when I teased this series in the first place that the first bike that I was going to do was going to be the 1990 Harley-Davidson Fat Bob, mostly because this is one of my favorite movies of all time, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I remember watching this movie when I was 12 years old in the theater with my aunt and my uncle. Took me to see my first big boy movie, if you want to call it that. So Terminator 2, again, not only did this movie get me into movies, but it also got me into motorcycles. Watching Arnold Schwarzenegger hop on the 1990 Fat Bob was epic, and it's something that I will never forget. But just seeing him get on that bike and just the scenes that followed. Now, of course, special effects took a huge part of this movie. Movie actually was very revolutionary when it comes to special effects. Everyone can remember the iconic jump with the motorcycle. Now, of course, it's movie magic, special effects. Terminator 2 was revolutionary in special effects, not just for that, but obviously for the T-1000, who was made out of liquid metal. Anyway, nerding out here a little bit. But the bike was suspended with some cables, obviously, and Arnold's stunt double did the jump. But still, nonetheless, epic scene with the 1990 Fat Boy. Now, if you want to check out the actual bike that they used, it's actually in the Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they did that in 2014, I believe. They threw that in the museum, so you can check that out if you're so inclined to do that. Having such a huge movie, I'm sure it meant a lot to the Harley-Davidson brand at the time, and continues to do so. When you think of motorcycles and when you think of Terminator, you think of Harley-Davidson. And that's amazing brand recognition. Now, when you get into more modern movies, I've noticed that movie studios don't like to stick with one brand. They like to share the love, which is great. And we'll get into that a little bit later because we know that Marvel had used Harley-Davidson's for the Captain America, as well as the Avengers Age of Ultron. They used the Harley-Davidson Project Livewire electric prototype motorcycle. But if you've seen previews for the more recent Ant-Man movie that's coming out, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is coming out later on this year, I think, they've switched over to Triumph. So again, sharing the love. This is this is something that I do too on my channel, because even though I ride a Harley-Davidson and I love Harley-Davidson motorcycles, I love to go and ride whatever is available. And really, for me, this is something, when I go on test ride, it's not just something that I do for fun. It's playing the field and seeing what else is out there, because when it comes time to either get a motorcycle for my wife, I'll have a lot of options and I'll have a lot of ideas of things of where I want to go next. A little bit off the topic, but to get back on the 1990 Harley-Davidson from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, an amazing bike, amazing movie, and again, starting off as my first bike in the series of motorcycles and movies, television, etc. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up down there, and if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button. I'll have that pop up right over here, And also I'll throw up some links over here in this direction if you guys want to go straight to one of my other videos. Guys, if you're riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. This is that one guy, and I'm out.